So I moved here in May of 2022, and I hadn't really been like I had washed my teeth, and I had made sure I did all the personal hygiene stuff, but I didn't really have like a dentist here because I was not from around the area, and I just drove by and I saw the sign outside, and so I came in, and this is actually the really cool part of the story. So I came in, they did a cleaning, and I ended up having something on my throat, like down on my tonsil area. Where I mean I can't see that, right? And so I didn't think anything of it, but I knew it was a little bit serious because the tech at the time, her name was Rebecca, and she goes, "I'm sorry, I'll be right back. I have to go get doctor real fast." So she went and grabbed Dr. Despain, and he came in and he was very straightforward with me. He goes, "Hey, we're not exactly sure what this is, and I don't want to make any false, make you feel odd or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and refer you to an ENT." So I had just turned 40, right? So I was going through like this kind of like my mortality is setting in. And I said, okay. So they rushed the appointment. I was able to go that same day into the ENT. And I go in there and I'm nervous, right? Because I'm just accepting the fact, I'm thinking like reflecting on my life, like, oh, I made these decisions, because I used to smoke a lot. And so I was like, maybe I've done something to myself. And I just had to accept this about myself, right? So I'm nervous and I'm panicking. I'm starting to sweat and things. And I get into the ENT here at Samaritan, and he goes, "Oh, let me look in there." So he looks down in there. He goes, "Okay, hold on." Comes right back and just kind of pokes it. And I was like, "What was that?" He goes, "Oh, it's nothing. We see this all the time." It was like a pimple on your tonsil. I was like, "Get out of here." And he goes, "Yeah," but I was so relieved, right? And then what really set Dr. Despain and his staff apart was, besides the friendliness and the courteous staff and such, is that they went that extra mile, because I don't know what's back there, right? We can't see inside our mouth. And the fact that they had the utmost professionalism and they were aware and courageous enough to speak out and say, hey, or speak up and say, hey, we think this might be an issue. And then the knowledge of the staff to be able to coordinate everything quickly, because like I said, it was with that same day I was able to get over there and get seen. And then had it been something that was serious, then I would have been able to start getting some treatment or getting some options. And after that, it set me to, I kind of like bonded my heart here, And so I've been coming here ever since. I've been telling all my folks that I work with, hey, come up there. These guys are good. They take care of me. And what started out as a simple cleaning turned into a cleaning, a root canal. I had some other dental work done. I had a crown put on. I ended up getting some veneers. And now I come daily. Now I started doing the cosmetic stuff. I started getting I call it youth juice. I'm a Botox. Everybody else makes fun of me. They laugh at me and stuff. But it's more, I invest in myself. I try to invest in myself now. And I feel like the personnel and the staff here and Dr. Despain are just absolutely wonderful. I've never had a bad experience here with anybody. There's been days when I've been not feeling so well, and they're like, and this just happened the other day. I had come up here and I was due for some injections, and he goes, "Oh, no, I don't want to risk it because you're not feeling so hot. Just go home and come back, and we'll redo it at another date." And they brought me back in, and thankfully I waited, because that stuff can, like, I guess it exposes you to being able to possibly like get sick, I guess, or something. There's risk, right, with any treatment. But again, out of an abundance of caution, he just waited, and I didn't have to wait months and months and months. It was just a couple of days later, and then I was fine. And I said, "Okay, come on back. You're good to go." So I have a very strong bond here with this clinic. Oh yeah, kind of for the things I said recently. Yeah, I'd give it a 5 without a doubt, 5++, if you could do that. One, because the hospitality that you'll receive when you come, the authenticity and the genuinity that you'll get from individuals, and the fact that I do believe that him and his staff do look out for the patient's best interest, no matter what it is. And coming from my testimony, where I didn't know, thankfully it was just a quote unquote pimple or whatnot in my tonsil, that could have been something bad. And because they had the ability, knowledge, and they were aware, it could have been something that could have been much more damaging, or much more it would have changed circumstances for a lot of people. And they were able to get ahead of it, which I don't know what would have happened, but thankfully today I don't have to go through that. I just know that I'm sure his other patients and his future patients can know and be rest assured that they're in good hands, and that they're going to be taken care of when they walk through the doors here at Skyview.